I better not catch none of my pioneers doing New Year's resolutions during the month of January, during the month of Giannis. Bolshevik, Zionist controlled society's got you thinking that you should start changing during the middle of winter, that you can start making your resolutions in winter, that you should start new things when nature is still hibernating. This is not the time to manifest new things. And that's why most people will fail at their New Year's resolutions. Mimic nature. From earth you came, to earth you shall return. This is a time you drop old habits, shed leaves, hibernate, reflect. Stay your ass inside. Journal, meditate, choose habits that choose you to a better outcome, evolve you. And when nature starts waking up in spring, then you start manifesting, and watch how everything will start to come to fruition and sprout. So continue to follow us here on the Daily Candle Close News, where we will always give you the truth, because we do know that we are considered to be the underdog. I know what it's like to be the underdog. I've lived it my whole life. I know what it's like to be laughed at. I know what it's like to have a dream and then have no one fucking believe in you. It means not a goddamn thing. It's all in your head. You see these people, the ones that laughed at you, that said you couldn't do it, they are not you. They don't have to wake up every single day and live the life you're living. They don't have to hate the reflection they see in the mirror. They don't have to go to bed at night feeling empty because they know there's something that they desperately want. Success. That's you, and that's on you. So do something about it. Rise up. Be great today. You weren't born to be some bench warmer, some second grade existence. You weren't born to let your dreams, your hopes, and your aspirations pass you by. You were born to fucking fly. You have to go into 2023 with the mindset that you're going to win, that you're going to be a pioneer. You're going to rise above, that no one and nothing, not even your fears, can stop you from becoming the person that you've desired to always be. You all want to work on your goals and your dreams, but all you've been doing is working year-round on nonsense. 40 hours at the job place while squandering 120 hours a week Netflix, chilling and watching your sporting events. Your mind is screaming for you to grind for something more, but you just want to rest. It's time to step into the shoes you were meant to feel. It comes up to us as people, as humanity, to be humane. We may not all be the same, but we all have the same ability to be better, to come together in love, abundance, and gratitude, and rise up. No more will we submit to hate, chaos, and war. No more will we say we're finished, we're gonna rest. You're not done yet. Why go home and chill, kick off your shoes? Your life is still here. You want to accomplish your goals by living in that glass cage that you built around you that limits you from realizing your fullest potential. Smash that fucking glass. Jump off a cliff and develop your wings on the way down. You're gonna fall before you learn to fly. The time is now, and you must take action. You must come up with a plan, develop a skill or craft. You must execute it. You must give everything you got, and you will not stop. That's the pioneer mindset of 2023. Not until you achieve your goal. Get up. It's time to show up, show out. It's time to fight. Is it going to be easy? No. Nothing worth having ever came easy. What will be the greatest things that you achieve in 2023? Where do you want to advance? How do you want to evolve? Where do you want to make progress? How do you want to elevate your life? Let me ask you this though. How will you know at the end of this year you have done it? The only way you know you have done it is by your ability right now, today, is to see the future you want to create and manifest, see the results of your efforts, and then do it. Everyone's capable of doing it. And if you're ready to level up and take this to the pioneer attitude, let's give you the more powerful perspective and look. Everything that human beings have created has been created twice. First inside their mind, and second in reality. Can I get a hello? So as you take a moment to see the results of your hard work and effort right now today, and they feel like it's already happening, you're on your next level. You're stepping up. You're seeing the person you're actually gonna become. See, you're going to meet the person that you're going to be. But what if you can meet that person right now, today? You don't manifest your dreams by just thinking them. You manifest your dreams by stretching yourself, your thoughts, your mindsets, your life. You manifest your dreams by not allowing fear, uncertainty, discomfort, negativity, distractions that aren't helping you evolve. Uncertainty from stopping you. A pioneer mindset, a resilient mindset, takes ownership for their mistakes. It learns, it grows, it evolves, it executes, but it never fucking breaks. Don't you get it? You are an unbreakable force, a celestial being, a god and goddess with amnesia. You just gotta follow through. You just gotta finish. This new year gives us a new opportunity to do something we have never done before. Are you gonna step up? I need you to believe. Once again, every second of every minute of every day of every week of every year that we have been given, it will either make us or break us. You are not allowed to be broken. You are not allowed to give in and quit. You are not allowed to say that it's over. This year will be our year. Let's go. Can I get a hello? It's your time, and it's everyone else's time to watch you shine. Can I get a hello? Pioneers, rise up, build your fortress, build your legacy. So what are you going to build in 2023? What are you going to create? What type of lifestyle are you going to live? Who are you going to partner with? What obstacles are you going to break through? What distractions are you going to get rid of? It's all up to you. It's time to wake up. It's time to evolve. Stop making excuses. Stop justifying your laziness. Stop choosing mediocrity. Wake up. Become the greatest version you've ever been. Be better than who you used to be. Be better than who you are right now. Every single day. Everybody else puts off everything until tomorrow, but not you. You rise up to the challenge. You're going to choose to be better right now, today. You're going to push through the struggles, the heartaches, the trials and tribulations of last year of life. You're going to grind until you're exhausted, until you feel like you have nothing more, and then you're going to grind harder to achieve more this year because you deserve it. You're a pioneer. It's time to set the standard for the family that you got and be the example of the legacy that you're going to leave. This year, everything changes. It's time to level up. If it's a distraction, it ain't helping me evolve. Get the fuck away from me. Don't tell me you want to go to the next level. Don't tell me you want to be great. Don't tell me you want to succeed and be a millionaire. With everything that you're doing is leading you to failure. We about that action. We about following through. As a matter of fact, this year, 2023, and for the rest of your life, is follow through. You should feel scared. Accomplishing your dream isn't and nor should it ever be easy. With great responsibility comes great challenges. Let that motivate you. It's not going to be perfect. You may slip, fall, stumble, and fail, but you'll never break. But you're going to get back up, and you're going to keep going. It's your time. It's your turn. It's our year. Embrace it. New year, new us. New year, new us. What are you going to do? You're going to squander it, or you're going to be a pioneer? Every struggle that you have ever been through, every heartache that you had to encounter, you did what you had to do to get done, to be here today, and you're still here. You fought the good fight, but you did not give up. the hardships, all of these things that we had to endure, we can endure them a little bit longer. Remember, you were built to weather any storm you were facing. Let's go, let's do this right now, today. Forget what's happened in the past and live in the present so you can receive presents every second, every day. This is our year, a chance to write a new chapter in our life. New year, new us. Because what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality. And what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset becomes an unconscious action and an unconscious activity. And I always wanted mine to be guideful and helpful and nurturing to others. And even though everybody's celebrating the new year, I gave y'all a few years to celebrate and party and kick off the New Year's. But let's get back into teaching you the truth. We know that the new year is actually March, the spring. They got you tricked, the Romans and the Bolshevik Zionist societies of the world and the uneducated educators got you tricked into believing that January, which was created after the Roman god and myth Janus, known for the god of beginnings, gates, transitions, times, duality, doorways, passages, and endings. They got you tricked into thinking you can start your New Year's resolutions during the middle of winter while nature is still hibernating. So we gotta remember to stay aware and positive. Stay awoke as to what it is we are seeing in this world. Start our New Year's resolutions, yeah, that's great, but remember to start them in March, in spring, in the true natural spring. We know that that's what they tell us in Exodus, at least. But since we're on this new year energy, let's keep it going. 2023 is going to be your best year yet, pioneers. 2023 is going to be the year of your greatest transformation. It's going to make 2022, the rest of your life before, look like nothing. You're going to be flying by the end of this year. You stay tuned in right here. Because what you tune into, you turn into, or you'll turn into a whole new being. Are you ready for that? To turn 2023 into the best year of your life? Let's breathe first, though. Take a deep breath of prana. I know you're excited. Breathe out. That was beautiful. Orgasm, sexy. I know, right? Breathing in that good-ass prana, that Merkaba, that life force. Take that energy, that love, abundance, that gratitude I'm sending you. What are we doing? Raising the frequency, raising the vibration out here in the matrix. What else? Sending you love. Telling you peace. We're gonna go deep today. We're out here plugged into the matrix. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm plugged into the matrix like Neo, like Trinity. There's no place I'd rather be than with you, my pioneers. I'm laughing you right now. Happy holidays, happy new year, whatever. You know, may 2023 this year, full of distractions and chaos that we're gonna see. May you be here with us so you can be able to make your dreams manifest. May 2023 be the year that your dreams come true. May it be our year. That's what my mentor sent me in a message. I told him I was ready. Let's go. Can I get a hello? Hit that like button, that share button if you're ready to make 2023 the best year of your life. If you're ready to dive into the truth. If you're ready to develop your best self. If you're ready to make 2023 the year of your greatest transformation in life. Hit that like button if you're ready to make this new year the best one yet you've ever had. Someone asked me, Coach, how can we make this year that we know it's going to be full of chaos and havoc and distractions? 2023, the Skull and Bones year, our greatest transformation year. Well, we do what they do. We manifest our own reality. We were co-creators of the Creator. We can co-create our own reality. Every year I've been updating, creating my own reality. And there's a formula I use. And I've been feeling better, looking better. Can I get a hello? Every year I'm a new me. I'm a whole new being. I'm tapping into my higher self, and that's why it's going to be amazing for me. But I want to be here making it amazing for you, pioneers. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? And when you're in the heart of nature, you lose track of time. When you're plugged into the matrix, you lose track of time. You know, we know time is a man-made construct. We won't get into that. But at the beginning of the new year, people start these New Year's resolutions that they tend to fail. And people want to know, how can they make this year the best year yet for them, and they continue to succeed? Well, let me share with you how I've evolved in my journey. It starts with realizing that I am a god and goddess from within, built in the image of the Elohim. My heart is more powerful than my brain, 100,000 times more stronger electrically, and 5,000 times stronger magnetically. And when I'm in a heart-brain coherence, I'm activating the Christos, the Christ within. Can I get a hello? I'm activating the anointed one, the chosen one, the Messiah. Can I get a hello? Live in that heart-brain coherence. Activate that Christos so you can receive presence and make 2023 your best year yet. Because I say heart-brain coherence over ego. Just put your heart first, your brain first, and choose love, abundance, gratitude over everything. Because ever since I've been living like this, it humbles me. It reminds me that every time I act like Lucifer, I'm in that ego and I'm weak. But I'm not weak when I'm in my heart and in my mind, heart-brain coherence. Not in that left logic hemisphere of the brain. Your heart is your greatest counsel. It will guide you. The ego, though, it will trap you. It will have you making the worst decisions of your life, feeling like Lucifer, attacking others. Remind yourself, we live in a very ego-driven world. And 2023 is all about moving back to the heart-brain coherence center. Moving back into our fifth chakra. Right here, in that heart chakra. Living in love and healing. It's about being of service to humanity. How are you helping me? Because if you're a distraction, you ain't helping me at all, you better get the fuck away from me. You better be strong, you better be strict this year and be disciplined. Everybody that comes into your life this new year, you gotta say, hey, if you're not helping me evolve, you're a distraction. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck away from me. Far away, bye. All I need is the cat, my son, and everybody helping me evolve. It's time to let go of people not serving you. People distracting you from where you should be, in your crown chakra. It's not time to say, hey, I got 5 million followers. No, it's quality over quantity. Yeah, you excited for this year, ain't you, pioneers? Because our dreams are going to manifest. How are you going to do it, though? Remind yourself you got to make it happen. You can't wait for it to happen. You got to go out there and do a little samba. Raise the frequency, raise the vibration. It don't matter if you're hated, if you're misliked, if you're overlooked, overvalued. I saw so many people doing that to me in 2022. So many people waiting in 2022. This new year, in 2023 and beyond, we have to stop waiting and for it to be handed to us and start going and getting it. Start taking it. Start taking the steps needed to manifest in our reality. We got to realize we were created in the image of the Elohim, and we can create our own reality. Oh, but the government screwed me over, coach. The Matrix screwed me over. Life screwed me over. But guess what? I've been screwed over too. But guess what? I canceled the pity party. You can manifest anything you want. I've done it. Living proof. Right now. I lost the excuses and I gave myself the reasons for why it can happen. Nobody is going against me if I'm for myself. Slow motion for can I get a hello? This new year will be the year of your greatest transformation. Because right now, you're not going to spend all your time in the metaverse and on TikTok, on Instagram, watching sporting events. No, you're going to, no. You're going to be working on yourself. This year, you're going to be changing, evolving. You're going to step into the real world, the matrix, Mother Nature. Allocate time. Spend 1 hour a day with your family, with your cat, with your dog, in the heart of nature, meditating, relaxing. I do it every night, every morning, getting to know who I am. That's how it's going to be your best year yet. If you prioritize your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, because it's a crazy ass world out there, Pioneers. Doggy world out there. And when you take a look around, even at the news that you should be turning off, it's fucking chaos and terrible. And turn off their world and switch on your own world. Be the star of your own movie. That's what this whole new year is about. The year of liberation. You don't have to work in that job if you don't want to. You can do what you want to love to do, and it can work out for you. I'm living proof. This new year is all about seeing your limits and breaking free of them. This new year is not about settling for complacency and then complaining about it. No, it's about saying, I chose this. I chose to evolve, be a better person. I chose to have this lifestyle. I chose to evolve. This new year is all about knowing what you want and getting it done, taking it. Getting off the sidelines and being a bench warmer and becoming a starter. First round draft pick overall. It's about promoting what you love. I know you're excited. Look at us go right here on the Daily Candle Close News. This new year is the year of your greatest transformation. Because you're not going to be living in this low chakra. You're going to be working on yourself to rise above and build your legacy, build your fortress. Because the more you work on yourself, life changes for the better. I see so many people working and busting their ass at a job 40, 50 hours a week. But I'm like, what fucking work have you done on yourself though? 120 plus hours a week wasted. The real work is to work on yourself. Don't go home, kick off your shoes. How can you be a better you? How can you level up? How can you teach others? How can you be an inspiration to others? No, we're not perfect. No, I'm not a saint. I know my cat and son. No, I'm not. But I take a look at myself in the mirror every single day and say, how can I improve? How can I level up? How can I evolve? So I can continue to help others. For me, it's just breathing, baby. Taking a step back. And I gotta learn how to just continue to embrace myself. Learn something new. I'm gonna leave my comfort zone, because comfort zones are prisons. People are caught up in that daily routine. There is no change in life without changing your daily routine. So I'm gonna make sure that this new year, this word new is always in the back of my mind this year. This year is gonna be amazing for us because our dreams are gonna manifest. And how are they gonna manifest? Because we're gonna make them manifest. We're gonna realize there's no free pass in the world. Even squirrels have to find a nut. We gotta remind ourselves, Pioneers, that right now, today, we're living in a world where anything is possible. For me, I realize I'm not even 10% of my true potential. And y'all seen me evolve over the last few years, and I still got a whole way to go. So long we've been slaves to this negative mentality, this war mentality, and this is the year of freeing ourselves from the old you, old us. We have no obligation to the old past self. It's time to be reborn. It's time to be different than what we were before. So different that people don't even know, who is that? It's about eating to live. 7-day no meat challenge. Investing in yourself, eat to live. This is how you make your dreams manifest. It's about making sure you're in tune with your story, your movie, your script, your book, your writing. Your headline instead of the news is, we don't want to know about theirs every single day. We want to know about ours, what's happening in our reality. Yeah, we woke up great, but what else? Instead of just going to the job on TikTok and Instagram, let me check into nature, the matrix. Let me tap into my higher self. Can I get a hello? So, welcome back to another year in the matrix. This is Coach A wishing you all an incredible start to 2023, and I hope you've had an amazing last year. Let's leave that negative 2022 energy behind us and stay focused on this new love, abundance, present moment that we're going into right now. I'm excited for another year with you all, so I'm shouting out to you all, sending you love and high vibrations. as we get ready to head into tomorrow, the January 6th, that important date I've been preparing you all for, our next full moon in the markets. Something that could possibly bring some potential bearish energy into the markets, where we could maybe see Bitcoin drop a little bit lower past this $16,800 range that we've had was a horizontal support range on another chart that we've talked about before we took our quick break. So and that's right here, just kind of forming this kind of cup and handle pattern. Maybe we get a little breakout to the upside fake out, who knows. We'll talk about that later in the video. But something we have been speaking about in the past is how we've been possibly seeing and still expecting a little more downside as we start to enter the 2023 year, the Skull and Bones year, Order of the Brotherhood of Death, or Order 322. The mirror number of that is 223. 2023 is the year we are headed into. So something I've been talking about is that possible full moon of January, potentially as late as February, negative energy coming into these markets, and we've just been hanging out sideways, consolidating in this horizontal, getting rejected from $17,000, and we'll briefly deep dive that a little bit later in the video as well, why that's so important that we can't break back above 17 right now. And I really do think it has a lot to do with, again, the Greek god Giannis. Look at this 17 we see right here again, 17 being the 7th prime number, just exiting out of the 7-year sabbatical cycle that we know as the Shemitah, the Sabbath year. Okay, so very important. The 7 was a number that we've talked about for quite some time here on the Daily Candle Close News. So I think that this breaking of 17,000 and why we can't get back above it right now in the month of January as we get ready to head into the next full moon that tends to bring bearish energy in the markets is, it's all esoteric. And when you have a third eye sight to see, your pineal gland, the light body to see, that it talks about in the Bible in, Matthew 6, chapter 6, verse 22, the light of the body that it says Jesus talks about. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. What eye is single? Your third eye, your pineal gland. So very important that we just see this through our third eye and not the two eyes on the side that lie, and through what Facebook and Twitter and these YouTube analysts are talking about. Let's continue to view this through a more exoteric side, through the things that we talk about and teach here on the Daily Candle Close News. But going back to this possible potential downside that we may see over the next couple days, weeks, or next month is very important. Something that I'm seeing is that this idea of a bottom should be in a finality by the full moon of February. If we're not, getting it any time within the next several days or weeks to come. Anybody that focuses a lot on my work knows that I focus a lot on these lunar cycles, these full moons, these new moon patterns. Okay, so when we have full moons, we tend to have bearish energies and bullish energy around new moons. So in the early February, we're going to be having a full moon as well, just like tomorrow, the wolf moon that we'll be talking about later today. So I believe as we get ready to push into February, we could continue to see a possible relief rally if we don't get a correction, within the next week, with tomorrow being a full moon. If we get this relief rally into February, we could see something akin to what we seen back into 2018 in Bitcoin, when it bottomed out after its blow off top, going all the way up to the psychologically $20,000 range before coming all the way down into the 2018 December time frame. I believe this is possibly going to be a very similar repeat in fashion. We could see a possible February rise into the month of February full moon right after the start of the Chinese New Year on January 22nd, something we're going to be decoding, coming up soon. So the year of the water rabbit, so get ready for that. Something coming up within the next 3 weeks. So February overall is when I'm also anticipating the stock market to possibly kind of fill out its correction this time as well. And then it may, continue to chop around until, let's say the next eclipse in March or April before continuing down sideways. Who was to know? But we're going to be speaking a little bit about the Dow Jones as well today, in just a moment. But a level I'm watching for is possibly 13,000, which is going to be the 786, possibly the golden pocket of 11,000, roughly 400, 11,500, maybe that 119, the mirror of 9/11. We know what happened on September 11th, 9/11. We know this 9/11 has been playing key roles here recently. Our low came in on, September 9th, November 9th, which is 11/9. So, just very important. There's a lot that goes into that, but maybe it comes down to just 13,000, we'll say 700. That's something we've had on this chart right here, is this possible $13,800 range, this $13,700 range, which is the 33rd prime number. If we take this fib pullback from our previous automatic rally of 2019 down to its low, we see that's right there around the golden pocket. That 119 area that I was talking about would be right there around that golden pocket. But if we were to go back to a fib pull from high to low of the same area, just on a different chart, a much cleaner chart, the swing high to swing low right here, we would see the top of the golden pocket would be right there at around that 138, that 137. So we could see a potential retest of this automatic rally top, fulfilled within the next month. Just a technical pullback, nothing out of the ordinary to continue to hold support at this 888 right here. So if we were to take another leg down below 15,000 into 13,000, I think it's going to be short-lived, like something like right here. Just a very quick bear trap to the upside, trap people into thinking we're going to start to go to 1110 lower, like we're talking about, but maybe even some have called for a $9,000 Bitcoin, but that's untechnical. For it to start breaking down lower than that, there's really no technical analysis showing me us breaking back down to a 9,000. If we do, it's clearly just a manipulated bull trap fake out, and you will see a quick reaction, probably not as drawn out like this right here. I do believe it'll be more manipulated and bought back up within a 100 to 120 day time period. Again though, anything is possible in this matrix, and if it was to start doing such a thing, well, just get ready to what it could do to Ethereum or XRP or Solana and some of these other cryptos that we have just recently seen just continue to push down into some ranges that we've prepared you all for quite some time. Hopefully going to reach that $9 range that we've got a limit order set for, and we can maybe look at some of these altcoin charts at the end of the video. But let's go ahead and get started into some of the dates and the gematria and the numerology and the big important things that we talk about here on the Daily Candle Close News. Let's just look at the February or the January full moon that we're getting right now. We're getting the Wolf full moon, and we're going to see that that's giving us 113.41, which is the 14th prime number. No, sorry about that. 41 is the 13th prime number. The mirror of 31 that we get in Wolf Moon. But we know Bitcoin is 14 years old. I thought it was 43, the 14th prime number. But we're also getting that 47, and we know that's been a very important number if you follow our work here. We know Bitcoin Satoshi Nakamoto is apparently 47 years old, and we know that's just a pseudonym. It's a created, made-up character, okay? This 47, though, is the 15th prime number, and this is significant in our work because this ties back to something we've talked about for quite some time. Even this day last year, on January 5th, we were releasing a video that was talking about, at the time when we were seeing a new variant breakout of the SARS-CoV-2, after we had saw this, the 15th Greek letter, which gave us a numerologic value of 70 in the month of January. We were hearing this news last year, but this is the 15th Greek letter. We know we were talking about the Queen and her Platinum Jubilee, her 70th anniversary, and this 15 number. She ruled over 15 Commonwealth realms, and this was all during the year of the tiger, and we can see that same 15 when we type that out. And this happened right after the start of the Chinese New Year, the tiger, the Platinum Jubilee of the Queen, and that's when we were preparing you 8 months in advance to get ready to watch the Queen ascend and leave the world stage, and yet people still think it was because of old age. Fools. So you see that 15 right there in the year of the tiger. So very important. Seeing this 15 and 47 connection giving us a negative energy in the markets this year and in life. It's been our way of determining this with all the things we've seen. So, and we'll be in this energy until later this month, until January 22nd, when we enter the year of the rabbit. So let's go ahead and bring that up for the first time. Chinese New Year 2023, and we're going to show you. It's going to be the year of the rabbit, and it should have just popped right up. It may be something I have to, the year of the rabbit, you guys. So more importantly, going to be known as the year of the water rabbit. So we'll have some work coming out dedicated to the year of this coming out soon, as January 22nd approaches. I want to get you prepared for this time period as soon as possible, because I believe it's going to be something important. The last year decode of the year of the tiger was something we were preparing people for possibly being able to predict the Super Bowl and then be able to realize why we saw the outcome of the Russia-Ukraine event, and then while we then saw Kansas and Golden State and then all these other teams with the blue and yellow win. And I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but once you start decoding and seeing the connections come together in your own life, you'll see it start to come together in your own life. Alright, so, we might do a little Super Bowl decode this year. Who knows? All I'm here to do is to help you learn how to decode, so you learn how to decode in what you're interested in life. Use and find your truth. So one of the things I'm interested in when we look at the dates today is we're in the month of January, and when we connect it back to the start of the Jewish Hebrew New Year and the end of the 7-year sabbatical and the start of the 50-year Jubilee and, the end of Rosh Hashanah, it's not surprising that it's exactly 101 days. And when you drop the zero in the rules of numerology and gematria, you get 11, tying us back into Janus, the Roman created Greek god and myth for the month of January. Okay, because we use the Gregorian scam calendar down here, so it tells us January is the first month when we know truly it is the 11th month of the year. March is the true first month. Spring. Exodus chapter 13, I believe, verse 2, tells us this hidden truth. So again, all roads lead to Rome. So very important. We've been told this. So just seeing this connection between today, January 5th, and the start with this 15 numerology connection we've been talking about, because we're still in the year of the tiger, it's just so very important and esoteric. We just exited out of the 7th 7-year sabbatical cycle, which was the 49th year, leading into the 50th year. The 7th root, square root, 7 times 7 is 49. So very important. Always coming back full circle, 360 degrees to the knowledge, gnosis, and wisdom that we are teaching here. So very important. But when we connect this to our wolf moon tomorrow, we see that very powerful 14 weeks and 4 days. The 144,000 chosen that we've been talking about, with a date numerology that adds up to 50 in the Jubilee year, the 50th year. So very important for us to pay attention to, especially for us invested in finance. And this 14 in double date numerology, so very important. We know to pay attention to Bitcoin tomorrow, because it is given us, it's in its 14-year anniversary. This is the 6th day of the year, tying us back into Saturn. So very important. So some things we're going to be talking about. So when we tie this again back to Rosh Hashanah and the end of the Shemitah, September 26th, we see it's a 102-day connection. You know, the fact that gives us 102 days, we know that's the reverse of 201. Event 201 with Johns Hopkins and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that had a 3-day pandemic simulation of a world outbreak virus, and then 2 months later, leading into the 2020 year, we see coronavirus. So if you're not familiar with the predictive programming blueprint of C19 scam and Clade X and Event 201, definitely look those up. But anyway, this is a very important number, also tying us into the Pope, or the Ignatius of Loyola. So very important. When you type out Ignatius of Loyola, you get that 102. We know that we have the very first ever Jesuit Pope who stays in Suite 201, and so very important, this connection here to this number. So this upcoming Saturday will be the first 51 and 15 date numerology of the new year. So very important, because we're exiting out of the full moon, and we know, well, moon gives us that same 15 and 51 in numerology. So we're going to be paying attention, because it's the day after the full moon. And in other countries, it might still be January 6th as well. So we got to pay attention to the day before and the day after, as well as the day of. We know also that there is a window of energy that comes in 3 days before the full or new moon, as well as 5 days before the full or new moon, as well as after. So these are windows of energy that we tend to see in the markets. So we're going to be paying attention to this again, because it's 17 being the 7 prime number. It's being the 7th day of the year, coming out of the 7-year sabbatical cycle. Also very important. And the fact that we have double digit date numerology again with this 15, I just see this being a very powerful day. So again, speaking of the full moon, 5115, paying attention to this. We know that we're in the Gregorian year of 2023, and we have that connection right here with always leading us back to Rome. But we got to pay attention to this other connection we're seeing tomorrow. Okay, I spelled Mercury wrong. We get that same 23 right there as well. Okay, so very important. It being 103 days, Mercury gives us that same 103. So we'll sprinkle in a little more connections right here in a minute with this Mercury being the god of fiat, the god of fake money, the god of commerce. Okay, so just anyway, getting back to this 717 date numerology, this Saturday the 7th, it will be the first 7th day or Saturday of the year, and it's the 7th day of the year, and it's 103 days from Rosh Hashanah, which we know is the 27th prime number, which we can perceive as 27, the number of 2 sevens. Rosh Hashanah was a date that left us 77 date numerology, so very important, being the 7th day of the year, the 3 sevens. So very important that we pay attention to this 7 number again, coming out of the 7th year sabbatical cycle. Again, it was a very powerful number last year that helped us change our decoding perspective and make life-changing wealth. So something we're going to continue to pay attention to this year as well. So again, 103 being the 27th prime number, we can also perceive that as the 2 sevens, tying us back into our connections to Mercury and finances. We can see money giving us that same 27 connection, or we can see currency giving us that same 27, okay? And fiat is giving us that same 27 as well. And we know Mercury is the god of commerce, money, fiat, the fake monetary Federal Reserve note scam that they keep us under and trapped in, okay? So know that Mercury is the god of trickery and the Federal Reserve system, alright? So money that is printed out of thin air, and then you're taxed for it and made to pay back, okay? So remember that. And Mercury is also the son of Jupiter, giving us that same 27, okay? And we know it ties us back into our number one holding here, Ripple, okay? Which is going to be a big player in the future of the blockchain slavery system and economy that they're moving us into. So very important. So we know that this year, I'm just expecting this possible Saturday to be a big day, something we can see, a major event, scripted death, major disaster, market crash, just anything ritualistically by the numbers, possibly to this 1771 number. We know Kirstie Alley just died at 71 on the 71st day of the Jewish Hebrew New Year, just like the Pope Benedict just died at 95 on the 95th day of the Jewish Hebrew New Year. But this 1771, we know 17, we know kill equals 17. Could we see these markets just continue to kill over as we head into 1-7? Who knows? Something we've been preparing you for anyways. So potentially a volatile day and time period. So very important. It just depends on if we break this horizontal $16,800, $16,700 range that we've been holding and we've been talking to you for the last couple of weeks about. So anyway, this being the Sabbath, Saturn day, the first Saturn day of the year, happening on the 7th day, coming out of the 7-year sabbatical cycle, you know, it's just important that we pay attention to. So being important, that we just pay attention to this. So let's see where else we want to go. We know we got a hell of an event coming up. Friday the 13th coming up, and it's giving us that 223, tying us back into our favorite pals at Skull and Bones University in the 2023 year. And when was our last Friday the 13th, you guys? Well, it was March 20th, 2020. We've had one since, but the last major one was March 2020, whenever they shut the world down on Friday the 13th, March 13th. It's so very important. You know, we're going to be paying attention to this day, giving us that same 71 we were just talking about, January 7th, 2 days from now, the day after the full moon. Could we potentially see, you know, some sort of energy in the markets or some sort of news in the world, you know, heading into Friday the 13th, you know, giving us the same number of our year, which is again the reverse of Skull and Bones that I blowing your minds. It's what we build our channel around, basically. So remember, this 223 is just, it's tied into our reality through these guys. It's a logo of death and the Grim Reaper, logo of death and Father Time. So we got to remember that. And I talk about it so much because it's important. We see this Saturn symbology everywhere, and these occult fraternities know this, and they tie these markets and everything in life that we deal with on a daily basis to these mythologies as well. Father Time and the Greek, Roman, Babylonian, Mesopotamian mythologies, ancient astrological teachings that we're trying to teach you here. So another day that we're paying attention to and coming up is obviously going to be this Friday the 13th, 113, being the Babylonian Talmud, the Baba Kamal. So very important. Do your own due diligence. Giving us a day that adds up to 57 in date numerology, being the 13th day of the year. This 57 last year, for the last several months, has tended to bring on 57 date numerologies, days that add up to 57, has tended to bring kind of some bearish energy in the markets. Being a Friday the 13th, it's not going to be surprising. Being the 13th day of the year, we know that's tying us into the 13th card in the tarot deck, the death card. So Friday the 13th could be a day that we continue to see the markets peel over. And if we look back at the markets back in 2020 on, March 11th and 12th and 13th, Friday the 13th, which was our lowest day that ended up closing green, we could potentially see these markets just repeat on a cycle, like the never-ending story, the Ouroboros, Ophiuchus, so very powerful that we just continue to make these connections. Let's focus on that. When is the final bottom and low, if it hasn't already came in, going to come and hit our limit orders that we have set, so we're ready to ride the roller coaster ride back up until February, March, and April, and get ready to sell in May and walk away. So, and very important for us to remember. So, anyways, next Friday is going to be a date that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens. Honestly, as well as this 111 date for a possible event to happen in cryptocurrency, giving us 55 in numerology, being the 11th day of the year, 111. Last year, Bitcoin hit its $69,000 top on 11/10, November 10th, 111, when you dropped to zero. So very powerful. The 314th day of the year, again tying us into the Ouroboros, the life, death, rebirth, never-ending story, Ophiuchus. So very important. But we know God equals 55, Satoshi Nakamoto equals 55, Timekeeper equals 55, Satan equals 55. So, I think I said Satoshi Nakamoto. But anyway, we're going to be paying attention to Bitcoin on this day as well, because we know it hit a top on a 111 date numerology, and we know the elite call this the angel number of manifestation. So very important that we use this to manifest our abundance and financial stability and security in the near distant future, because we know financial freedom is a scam and lie. So we're definitely going to be paying attention to some of these very important dates coming up, as well as this day right here being 105 days. This 105, drop the 0, we get that 15. Being the 9th day of the year, we know 9 is the number of spatial infinity. If 0 is nothing, 9 is everything, because 10 is just a repeat of the binary code 1 and 0. Okay, so 9 is considered completion. Many cultures around the world, this is not just my belief, have documented this for thousands of years. So very important. But we're getting that 17 that we've talked about, as well as a 15 date numerology on the 9th day of the year, but it's 3 months and 14 days. Pi, the never-ending circle, a mathematical equation that is constant and never ending. So, all just tying in the esoteric knowledge that we've preached for 3 years here now. And it's again being a 15-week time period even. So just tying in some important connections and numbers that I want to keep in mind with some dates coming up that could affect what's happening in the markets. So I definitely love to know what you guys think could happen on this upcoming Friday the 13th, in the markets or in the world or whatever, because it's probably going to be surprising, you guys, and I don't want my pioneers distracted by the narratives and the nonsense and news. So that's what we're all about. So let's get into this technical analysis today, because the market is it's been going up and going down and going up and going down and stabilizing, in this kind of possible cup and handle. And if you look at the Dow Jones and this chart structure going all the way back to, the last few weeks of, let's say the 12th of December, we've just been in a perpetual downtrend. And then since the 20th of December, we've been consolidating sideways. So very important for us to pay attention to this. We're just watching it chop around at the 786 and golden pocket, holding this upside trend, holding support that, we flip resistance of this trend line as well. But if we can't hold support, then we're going to head down to this trend line and start breaking down into the February full moon. I really do believe that, possibly, is something important to consider, especially if we can't get back above this 888, which is shown to be resistance now. So I do not think this is a continuation and rally to prior all-time highs for the Dow Jones. This is just a fake out, shake out bull trap to get people excited before it comes back down, and that will influence what we see in cryptocurrency as well. And look today we're seeing the DXY up 8 point on the day. Look at this, just ridiculous on the daily time frame, up ridiculously to 105 on January 5th. Not even surprising, because we were just talking about the Dow Jones, and we know the Dow Jones last year on this day, January 5th, hit its all-time high of 36,000 points. So you see how the code is always playing into the cards when we have the eye to see. Pretty noticeable to see that we're getting a lot of volatility around these time periods, around the full moon tomorrow, red in the charts. So not surprising. Let's look at Bitcoin. Of course, similarity, choppy, bull trap, a little bit of resistance, held it as short-term support, flipped right back below it in this cup and handle pattern, and kind of are getting the handle right now, holding support. Could we see a continuation up towards February, not see the bearish? This could be the only bearish energy we get for our full moon of January, possibly, if we hold this 167 as support and head into February. Who knows? We got to break 17,000 though. A lot of resistance around 17,000 even. We've been using that 17 number a lot. So heading into January 7th, the 7th day of the year, coming out the 7-year sabbatical cycle, everything heading into the 223 year, 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. It's all about the number 7, which is all about the Shemitah and the Jubilee year. So Bitcoin closed the year last year at $16,000. So 1 plus 6 is 7. 17 is the 7th prime number. So very important that we pay attention. We got to be able to break back above $17,000 to continue to see upside in these markets. And if we continue to get rejected or break 16,700, then we're not going to see upside anytime soon. We got to take significant note of these numbers that are showing up repetitively, especially coming out of the year of the sacred feminine, which equals 71. And Kirstie Alley died at 71 on the 71st day of the Jewish Hebrew New Year. These things will make you a much better decoder and technical analyst and person in life in general, especially technical analyst. If you're looking back in the past as a technical analyst without emotions, and like for instance, you think we forgot about our our digression trend. No, look at how perfect it's continued to play in the cards, continuing to fail to get above the heart line. We're looking at possible downside. So when you take and build an educated thesis based on pattern recognition, that's all life is, really. When you become more successful in life, it's because you become more recognizing, you're better at recognizing patterns, whether that's at your business and work or technical analysis or whatever. And I know this is some serious words of wisdom, knowledge, and gnosis, but I gotta start off the year with this, so we can change your lives. Get back to the ideas that we've been sharing in the past. The fundamentals. Go back and watch videos. Yes, I make mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. That's why I documented them. Every other YouTuber leaves them out. Whatever. But we're continuing to get rejected from this digression trend heartline in the $17,000 range. So we can potentially continue to roll over as early as today, tomorrow, or 5 days past the full moon. So the 6th to the 10th would be the 11th, the January 11th, the 5th day. Another thing we can consider in the 2023 year is 7 days past. So considering it to be Friday the 13th. So we'll just have to pay attention to this. But we know we've talked about, again, coins all over the world and markets are just on a perpetual downtrend, hitting a lot of our target and limit orders to buy. So we've been heavily investing in Solana. Sol, a Greek terminology for the sun. Solana's ticker is SOL, Sol. So we're highly, involved in this coin. And we hit a limit order of 15 in the Tiger year, the 15 we've been talking about today. And already we were able to accumulate down here at, I think it was $13. We didn't get the low, of course, we never will. Nobody ever will. And we're already back up to 22. So we're going to de-risk if we continue to see potential, because we're just exiting 2022. We hit $22.32. Okay, so not surprising, 223, 322, the mirror number of each other. We were able to de-risk at that, and we're hopefully going to accumulate at this 9, because we know for Solana it's tying us into Sun, which gives us 9 in numerology. Bitcoin is 14 years old, so if we were to see Bitcoin fall to $14,000, it can continue to bring some of these altcoins down. So very important we pay attention to this. So very important. We've just seen coins. Let's go to a better chart. We've seen coins like XRP, which is fell to a low of 30 cents. We've been preparing you for a perpetual downtrend in XRP to possibly 22 cents, 27 cents, very easily in the cards. Not surprising, for months now. But we've been seeing coins for a year now just in a perpetual downtrend, and people are like, what is going on? Losing their cool, 1,834 days, and just from its most recent high, it's been just 600 plus days of the market just continuing to go lower. And I'm not throwing any shade at XRP in the community. I know I cover it in every video, but we've been low and bearish and boring, and people are calling crypto and everything or a scam with Three Arrows Capital and Terra Luna and SBX and all the negative nonsense around cryptocurrency. This is typically the time where pioneers get bullish and excited and build opportunities. You want to build opportunities when it's bloody and boring. That's how you make your best investment choices in life and investing in anything, period. When everybody's distracted and following the narratives, go and hunt. See where we're retesting previous tops, rally cycles. So when you do that and continue to build, you'll watch how your life is going to propel forward. So we've been in this long time of a perpetual downtrend, and I've been preparing people to get prepared for a final low and a relief rally that is going to surprise the average person. I mean, it's going to probably surprise even a lot of the YouTube channels, like something very similar to back in 2018 and 19. You know, I was studying back in 2018 when I was hearing crypto, and I was like, wow, looking at the charts, like, this is euphorically overheld, overbought, and needs to cool off. And then we saw that, and then we saw a relief rally in 2019 when I was really studying the markets to get ready to prepare to invest. And then we saw the greatest catalyst in C19 ever, and I was screaming buy. You know, I waited to do some research into what was going on in these markets, and then it changed my life leading into last year. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing again, and you can as well. So it's not surprising if we dip down into this golden pocket territory, you know, and then break out into an automatic rally of 37 to 47K again. You know, other people might not understand the cyclical nature of what we might be able to compare to the last several cycles going back in time. So again, this automatic rally before a drain out, before a perpetual uptrend. You know, what's to come after these cyclical natures in cycle, regardless of price action or whatever. When we zoom out and look at this on a grandiose time frame, you know, we see that this last year has been a typical Shemitah year, and something we had planned, something we knew was going to play out to bring a dramatic sell-off in the markets before another correction to the upside, before a final low that then sets us into another 7-year cycle heading into 2030. So here we are in the market. We're going to make a move soon, where we see a scenario where we can either, like we've talked about, swipe down either really quickly into these lower ranges, or we can just continue into an automatic rally and maybe set a lower high before going back down, or just continue into March, April, and May before we sell and then walk away. So we just got to be able to pay attention to when is Bitcoin going to regain dominance. But as we move into March and April, we're going to see Bitcoin dominance break out even higher than where it's been breaking out most recently, and that won't be voting well for altcoins. But again, Bitcoin dominance, if we were to look at this on a daily time frame, has just continued to climb up, you know, holding support, higher lows, higher highs. And I know how this market works, and this is not good for the altcoins. I know how this market works on astrology, mythologically connected, you know, technical analysis, and people aren't used to seeing the esoteric side, but I have the eyes to see, and I know that if this Bitcoin dominance continues to rally, we got to start taking this a little seriously, because the market's giving us the prices that we've been waiting for, and we've been accumulating in these liquidity ranges that we've been talking about in several other charts. You know, we've been given opportunities, and we have talked about downside, and there's not much to talk about that. It's really this 11,900 at the lowest if we were to see it, or that possible 13,700. Look at this on a 2-hour time frame, so it'd be a lot better. But yeah, if we were to continue to see downside, I see us falling back into this, what was a falling wedge pattern that had a 68% chance of a breakout. We got that. We've consistently held a horizontal support and resistance for multiple days. So if we were to break that, we could fall all the way down to this 13,700, roughly the top side of this wick down here, get bought back up, or just drain out over time before March and April, and see what happens. But again, if anything was to be low, I see it being a very manipulated, quick, rally and buyback over, a matter of hours and days. So let's just see how this plays out. Damn, we must have been in logarithmic. But anyways, if we start to close candles on the 2-hour time frame below 16,500, below this median, we might as well just send it down to 15K and then send it down to 14K. Possibly leading into the full moon of February. So something we've been talking about. Yeah, right there around February 6th. So, we could just see this work its way down. So that's just the environment we're in right now. The average retail person doesn't have money to invest right now, and if they are, they're investing in shit coins, Rocket and Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, lost in the sauce of the NFT market, or whatever their favorite fucking bearable bull supporter does, or whatever. They're not into the things that sophisticated analysts are, which are the top 50 coins. And I'm not saying that every coin in the top 50 is investment worthy, but I'm just letting you know how retail investors think. They wait till it's bullish and they buy bear traps, and then they buy bull traps and then they sell bear traps, and it's like, I don't understand it. I mean, it's really easy to read, and it's the time to pay attention and change your life this year. So we've given downside, upside targets, and if Ethereum was to something we can look at real quick, because we're done talking about Bitcoin. Ethereum, if we can continue to just hold this, because we talked about how the bottom may be in, because we know how important this 1073 level has been. If we can see this just continue to hold this on a daily time frame, 2-day, 3-day time frame as support, we can continue to just see this possibly rally on up to maybe 1400. We break that, we're clearly heading up to possibly 1700, and if we break this previous high, then we know Ethereum's already in its automatic rally stage. Will there be corrections along the way? Of course. So maybe if we're lucky, we see this 1500, 1600 possible de-risking if we can't get back above 1700. Again, if Bitcoin, we've been talking about that 1700, Bitcoin can't get back above 17,000. If Bitcoin breaks back down, maybe Ethereum could pull back down for another reaccumulation opportunity. So very important. So if we break this kind of horizontal, which I know is kind of slanted, but it wasn't perfect when we drew it. We just threw it horizontally. But if we break this 1250, which is exactly where we're at right now horizontally, on the 2-hour time frame, on the daily time frame, then we're going to look to de-risk and look to accumulate, have limit orders set, and to accumulate possibly at 173 or 1000. So let's get into XRP, which is sitting at 33 cents. We know we had another accumulation order hit at 322 in the Skull and Bones year 223, so we fell all the way down to exactly like 30 cents on the nose. 30 even, 30,000,000. Not surprising. Alright, so we didn't accumulate that 30 low, but we know we've been getting resistance from this descending trend line for quite some time, going all the way back to our previous high of last year. Not surprising, where we were telling you to de-risk, you guys, not financial advice. And then leading back into the Shemitah of 2021, this 7-year sabbatical cycle, we were warning you to de-risk as well if you didn't previously. in case we did not continue into setting new all-time highs, which we haven't seen XRP do in 5 years. So very important. We're getting very close to breaking this descending trend line and then hopefully treating it as support. But when do we do that, and how far do we go down to treat it as support before a relief rally back out? So something we've been considering as well is that, again, 27 cent and 22 cent range, that 223 in the 223 year, you guys. Something not surprising if we were to see, again, numerology, gematria, everything is math, you guys. We use math in our everyday lives to forecast weather, to tell what time it is or what date it is, even though these are man-made fucking constructs, to tell what year it is, 223. We use it to count money. We use it to solve crimes, puzzles, patterns, and some of the biggest mysteries in the world. Math is not just numbers and formulas and equations. It's simply logic, common sense, and always true. It's rationality and using our mind with math and numbers and a heart-brain coherence and the Christos, the Christ within, godlike consciousness that we can all achieve. We can unlock our greatest powers within and change our lives. So especially with tomorrow's full moon, I still see this 32 cents and 27 cents in the cards, you guys. I mean, you know, who knows? So as I told you though, I see this being a great accumulation opportunity before we finally see XRP possibly never ever reach these levels ever again. Remember that. So I've been really accumulating in this project for years, and it's been my number one holding, and y'all know that because I know what it is going to be in the future. Is it going to be better than Bitcoin? No. Is it going to replace Bitcoin? No. But is it going to make life-changing wealth to those who know how to trade it actively and those who know how to hold it as a true investor? Then yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready as you are. And you know, it's a project that I definitely plan to keep in my portfolio for the rest of my life and leave for my kids and my legacy to follow. So, you know, with all that being said, we're going to leave that here. You know, I'm a technical analyst and I'm just looking at the markets based on the exoteric perspective of what 2023 is going to bring us. You know, more chaos, dramatic nonsense, war, havoc, you know, whatever. And I'm just trying to trade it and not date these cryptos. You know, it's important we separate the emotion and pay attention to our investment beliefs and solely focus on our outcome and build the craft and skill to get us there. Okay? Build our legacy, build our fortress. So I know a lot of you might disagree with my work, but at least if you followed it for more than 5 fucking minutes and spent a year or a month or 6 months watching it, you've been able to develop your own craft and skill to trade and change your life as well. Like the last year, the remarks I got from people changed my life, and I hope that I can only continue to do that for others moving forward. So probably not seeing any recovery for XRP until we get into the springtime, the true new year, you guys. Something we exposed in the beginning of this video. So with all that being said, we're going to leave it here. Take care and God bless you guys. It's really about these eclipses. So pay attention to April and March and February and accumulate at any downside opportunity that we get in the near distant future. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.